Hello everyone! Welcome to a new episode of BoAi's Slow English. In today's episode, I'll be talking about traveling. Traveling in general, but also what happens at the airport. I think this is all very useful information and you'll learn a lot of new vocabulary. If you watch all the way until the end, you will be a well-informed traveler. What I mean by a well-informed traveler is you will be very knowledgeable. If we haven't met before, my name is Bo. Hello. Nice to meet you. I'm so grateful to have you watch this episode, and I hope you watch my other episodes or videos because I put my heart and soul into these videos so that I can help you become an expert at speaking and listening to American English. I have a few new shout outs because I'm getting so many new subscribers from all around the world. I got my phone so that I could open up the YouTube app and see who wanted a shout out. Shout out to Costa Rica again. Hola. Shout out to Thailand. Sawadee Swadika. Shout out to Brazil. Is that hola? Kind of like Spanish. Hola. Who else? Shout out to France. Bonjour. Shout out to Laos. Please tell me how to say hello in your native language. Shout out to India. India, you're my number one. Most of my subscribers and viewers are from India, so thank you for your support. I love your culture, I love your people, I love your food, and namaste. Shout out to Morocco. You speak Arabic, so I think that's salam. And French, so again, bonjour. Shout out to Mexico, hola, again. And shout out to Colombia, hola. So many Spanish-speaking countries, I love that. Before we get started with today's lesson, please hit the like button to show me that you are enjoying my videos, and hit subscribe if we are not friends already. In preparation for my travels, I try to get my body as healthy as possible because on the plane and in the airport, I will be constantly surrounded by people and germs. Do you know what germs are? Germs is an overall term for viruses and bacteria. I think that's a good way to explain that. So the natural way to protect your body from catching a cold or some sort of illness is to load up on vitamin C. Have you ever heard of the term to catch something? And when I say catch something, I don't mean to catch a ball, not in this particular situation. I mean to catch a cold. So if the person next to you is sick, like they're sneezing, achoo, or they're coughing, you don't want to catch whatever they have. I also said that I like to load up on, what did I say? Vitamins, I forget what I said, but when you load up on something, you are putting a lot of that into your body in this context. So what I am loading up on is vitamin C. And the most natural, cheapest way to get vitamin C is you can eat an orange. By the way, as some of you know, I'm originally from the East Coast, so the way that I say orange is maybe different from what you've heard. I say orange, but I will start saying orange for the purpose of my videos because the word or the pronunciation orange is more widely spoken. You can eat a whole orange to get some vitamin C or to load your body up on vitamin C, or you can drink juice. And in my juice, I not only have orange, I also have apple, mango, pineapple. Which of these fruits do you love the most? Let me know in the comments. For me, I prefer pineapple. However, I have to be careful as to how much pineapple I eat or drink or consume. Consume is another word for eating or drinking because I have a slight sensitivity to pineapple. Not allergy, but a slight sensitivity. And I've never had any type of bad reaction to eating pineapple or drinking pineapple juice. However, when I did a food allergy testing, it told me that I am sensitive to pineapple. So for that reason, I am cautious with the amount of pineapple that I consume. Consume is a great word. Try to remember consume and try to use it in a sentence today. I am going to twist off the cap and take a sip. Do you know the word sip? Sip is to take a small drink, to drink a little bit, I should say. Taking a sip looks like this. Do you see how I drank just a little bit? What is the opposite of sip? So if sip is drinking a little bit, and if the opposite is drinking a lot, do you know this term? It's called to gulp. I mean, I would consider that to be the opposite. So if you gulp something, I think of like my mouth becomes a bowl and I'm gulping so much liquid. But I'm not that thirsty right now, so no need to gulp. And I have a lot to do today, so I need a little bit of caffeine. I drank my matcha this morning, which is green tea, and I am now going to drink kombucha. And if you watched in one of my previous episodes, I should say, you will know that I love kombucha. Kombucha is a fermented tea, and it usually has black tea and green tea. Let's see. This has black tea and green tea. Great. The flavor that I chose is iced tea and lemonade. And again, if you watched one of my previous episodes where I was eating the most delicious sandwich ever, I drank something called an Arnold Palmer, which is a very American beverage. It's half iced tea and half lemonade. It is extremely refreshing. So I'm excited to try this kombucha with the iced tea and lemonade flavor, also known as Arnold Palmer flavor. I'm going to twist off the cap. Oh, that's really stuck on there. It took me a second to open this cap. Let's take a sip. That's really good. Wow, I wish you could try this. I think this is one of the best kombuchas I've ever had. Moving on to more travel vocabulary. So I just talked about what I do to get my body prepared for my travels. Now let's talk about what happens when you need to get to the airport. In Los Angeles, there is a large airport called LAX, or when we say it quickly, it's LAX. It means Los Angeles International Airport. And it is always hectic over there. It doesn't matter what day of the week it is. It doesn't matter if it's holiday season or not holiday season. And it doesn't matter what time of day. It is always hectic, or you could say it's always chaotic. I'm always a little bit anxious right before I have to get to the airport because I'm afraid that I will forget something. When I forget something, it's usually one of my toiletries, which is like toothpaste, toothbrush, something that you use in the bathroom, or it might be one of my supplements, which is like herbal medication. But as I am getting older, I realize there's really no need to be anxious about something like that because it's not an emergency. In order to get to the airport, I usually call an Uber or Lyft. If you are not familiar with either of those companies, they are taxi services or cab services, and you use an app on your phone to call the cab. The cab will arrive and you will pay directly through the app. I've had poor experiences with Uber in the past, so I prefer to use Lyft instead. My husband and I are leaving very early in the morning. By the time we leave in the morning, it'll be around 5:30 a.m. It will take us probably 20 minutes to get to the airport. So when there is no traffic, the commute to the airport is not too bad. Do you know the word commute? Commute is the amount of time it takes to get somewhere, I think. Let me just confirm that. You guys know how much I love ChatGPT. I purposely am not editing out my conversation with ChatGPT so that you can learn how to ask AI what you want to ask. Define the word commute for my English learning audience. Keep the definition simple. Commute is a verb to travel from your home to your job or school, then back home. Okay, I am really glad that I asked ChatGPT what the definition of commute was. I always knew that you are supposed to use that verb when you are talking about the travel between home and work or home and school, but I kind of thought you could just use it to describe your travel time in general. So I guess I'm wrong. Don't use the word commute when you talk about getting to the airport from your home. I've decided to check a bag. Do you know what that means? It means that I am going to pay $35 to have the airline company put my large suitcase that is over 50 pounds in the wherever they put the large suitcases, maybe under the airplane. My suitcase is too large to fit in the overhead bin or under the seat in front of me. So for that reason, I have to check my bag. My husband, he will be staying with me for just half the time, so just for a few nights. He will be bringing a carry-on luggage because it is more compact or more small. I've already checked in through the airline phone app, so when I arrive to the airport, I will have to go to one of the kiosks, which is the machine, the touchscreen machine, to print out a baggage tag to attach to my suitcase. I will then hand my suitcase off to one of the representatives. Do you know the term to hand off? That's a great phrasal verb, which means that you are giving someone something for them to take care of. So I'm handing off my luggage that will have the printed baggage tag. For my husband, he also checked in through the airline's phone app, but because he is not checking a bag, he is able to go straight to the security line. Both my husband and I have something called TSA PreCheck. TSA stands for Transportation Security Administration. It is the U.S. government agency that handles airport security. We paid extra to have a different status called PreCheck. So we had to have an interview with one of the TSA officers in order to confirm that we are eligible for this status. The benefit of having TSA PreCheck is you get to jump the line in the security line so that you don't have to stand in the long line or queue to go through the security process. There is no need to take off your shoes. You do not have to take off any light jackets. Everything is just a lot faster when you have TSA PreCheck. After we make it through the security line, and when I say make it through, I mean we've completed the security check, we will look at our boarding pass, which I have on my phone. I like to keep a lot of things electronic just to not have to worry about a piece of paper. So I will check my boarding pass for the gate to go to, where the plane will depart from. I normally arrive at the airport extra early so that I do not stress about needing to catch the flight if I'm late. Do you remember earlier in this video, I said catch a cold? Now I said to catch a flight. So it's interesting because I'm having all these realizations about the phrasal verb to catch something, and I guess you can use it for many things. So when you catch a flight, it just means that you get on the flight. I will be working on my YouTube, I'll be working on my online store, and I will be watching movies on the flight. The flight is about 5 to 5.5 hours, and I'll probably also sleep. I am someone who's able to fall asleep really easily. I don't know what it is about being on an airplane and all the white noise around me. White noise is the humming of the machines and devices around me. The sound of the white noise and just physically being on an airplane makes me very tired. So I'll be taking a nap on the plane. As soon as we arrive, we will go down to the baggage claim to get my checked bag. Then we will catch a cab. Did you hear how I used catch again? Catch a cold, catch a flight, catch a cab. Now I really feel like an English teacher. I never realized how often we as Americans use the word catch. Anyway, we will catch a cab to go to our hotel. We will check in at the hotel. We will drop off our luggage. I will probably freshen up, which means brush my teeth, fix my hair, brush my hair, wear normal clothes to go out in, and then we will meet my best friend and her husband for dinner. They are driving up from Baltimore, Maryland to Boston. So the drive from Baltimore to Boston is about 8 hours, and I'm very excited to meet them. I will be vlogging in Boston. Don't worry, I will still be posting videos. I hope you learned something from today's episode. Let me know in the comments 2 new vocabulary words that you learned and try to use it in a sentence. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and see you next time. Bye!